All right, so why are you late again, Shane? Oh, I don't know, just had to go out and get some stuff done, right? You know, every time I get these things started, plus daylight savings, not a good idea, right? You start losing track of time. You wake up and you think it's 6 in the morning and it's actually 7 in the morning. Who did this? And why do we keep on doing this? I don't know, but I have answers for you about astrology, and I have some answers for you about the astrology from today. I even want to talk about something pesky that's unseen, that we haven't seen, and pesky does not involve a quincunx. However, welcome to daily-astrocat.com. I'm Shane, and here's where we start things off. It's your daily digest of all things astrological, and we do it with style. We do it with a little bit of verve, should I say. We've got chimes. We've got a bell, and then we also have our bella. And here we go. Today is Sunday, and it's the 9th of March. We've got the moon in Cancer, void of course at 5:32 in the evening. So we've got a Cancer moon all day. So we're thinking about things that are near and dear to us, right? Family, emotional situation. Ooh, is it ever emotional today, huh? We're already into it. So we're not really forecasting. We're more like recapping what the actual F was, right? What the deal was, and what's that hair doing there, huh? Okay. Anyway, let's talk about this because the moon favors creativity. It favors working towards a goal. Talked about some of those today, too. And our family lives in unique and surprising ways. Yeah, things that you weren't quite expecting, right? Now, with the Mercury retrograde coming, we have to know about that. This is our next big chance to try to get some stuff done. Before we have to deliver an exhaustive and detailed account of what our creative actions are, what they were, and what direction they're heading in. Oh, Mercury retrograde, right? Venus retrograde, all these retrogrades going on. It's going to be so much fun. So let's think about this. What we're really looking at is that we're going to have to figure out how we're going to tweak all this stuff as we approach the full moon in Virgo. Oh, did I say detailed? Did I say exhaustive? Full moon in Virgo, right? Today's keyword is prepared. We've got to get ready for something, right? Got to get ready for that reckoning of sorts with Virgo. And the color is an empty amphitheater in the moonlight. I like that. Pisces energy will love the family-oriented and creative bits that go into today's activity. Remember, our sun is still in Pisces, right? It is. So we've got a stellium in Pisces. We've got a whole bunch of planets in Pisces. We got everything in Pisces. Well, except for Mars and Jupiter and Uranus. Pluto, too. However, and Mercury and Venus. But they're still close enough to Neptune to be part of that stellium. That stellium is now spanning 2 signs. It's from Pisces, where Saturn is, all the way to where Mercury is. So, with that being said, let's talk about the planets in Pisces. They're stimulated by Jupiter's presence in Gemini today. Now, because Jupiter is that other ruler of Pisces. And now we're starting to come into a point where we can see where Jupiter is going to be leaving Gemini and going into Cancer. And leaving Gemini is going to give us lots of ideas and lots of big things to work on. But it also could be some, some ideas that weren't quite so good. They may have been challenged. They may have been us fooling ourselves innocently, or somebody trying to manipulate us not so innocently. So there's 2 ways to see it. Jupiter is in detriment in Gemini, right? So it takes that expansive stuff and it just goes, oh, wait a minute. Now we have to remember, though, that Mercury and Jupiter are both rulers of the mutable signs. So does it really make sense to have... Well, yes, they do, because Jupiter's going to do whatever it takes to advance Mercury's agenda, and Mercury will say whatever it takes to advance Jupiter's agenda. The mutable signs, they tend to all get along, right? So they find ways. They can be opposing, they can be square to each other, but it's still like, hey, you want to make a deal? Let's make a deal. I got a deal for you. We're going to both get what we want, and if we don't get what we want, we can still adapt to it. Now, the energy that's been feeding Mammon, Jupiter's been feeding Mammon, shouldn't feed that Mammon, is now ours to command. So take that energy away from feeding greed and just stoking things that, are going to make you do things excessively or perhaps overindulge excessively. That's kind of like that Uranus and Taurus thing, right? Uranus going direct in Taurus is like, gimme, 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 gimme. And now it's like, wait a minute, you've had enough. You're sated. You got to relax. That energy is yours. That energy that was feeding Mammon is yours. Now, know the role you wish to play and reflect on that instinctively, okay? That's something that we can really do and really try to work on. Now, the stage of the amphitheater is not empty, however. The color may be moonlight and an empty amphitheater, but that stage is not empty. Why? Well, because we're rehearsing our roles. We're getting ready. We're practicing the motions. We're doing the hand gestures. I'm doing the hand gestures. Getting ready, and we're learning the ropes that operate the stage and the curtains and stuff like that, and all the balancing things. You get the idea. We're getting prepared. All right, and tonight we're going to just warm up and do some musical stuff, right? Play some musical stuff. I released a short with my cat song on it. The Laser Cats, or whatever you want to call it. It's just called Cat. I actually didn't have a copy of it on this computer, so I went to my Bandcamp account, Cabotha.com, Bandcamp/Cabotha, and actually downloaded it from there. You can get it for free. I was a nice guy, though, and I paid myself $1 for that track because I thought it was worth it. You can support it, too. I can leave a link down below if you're interested. There's a couple of little tidbits in there. I am a musician, after all. Now, I did tell you we were going to talk about a secret surprise. Just like those quincunxes snuck up on me last week and kind of punked me with the Mercury, Venus, and Pluto all being quincunx at about the same time, which made me not hit buttons up on my thingy thing up there and record a video. And then I actually looked at it and I'm like, oh, look, there's a video there. It's MP4. Loaded up, and just the day before. All right, so what we're missing today is that early on. Yes, early on. No, later on. We're under the influence of a square, the moon square Chiron. This is something that's going to cause us to take a look at, look at where you're at health-wise. There might be something you're missing. There might be something that's eluding you. We really have to know because this is a good time to get a jump on it because with Chiron and Aries, good point to really try to get at it. But the moon is in Leo, so that moon in Leo is like, hey, I have an idea for you. I think you really need to check out what it is. Now, I told you about that synastry, that symbiotic nature of Leo and Aries. Just consider that because, what's important in preserving us is our health. If you don't have your health, you don't have it, right? You have your health, it's what you need. That's what I got for you. Now, in 1954, Edward R. Murrow, famous journalist, right, criticizes U.S. Senator Joseph McCarthy on his See It Now TV program. And that's what started the downfall of Joe McCarthy's witch hunt trials for the Red Scare, the communism scare. History has an odd way of repeating itself. One journalist stood up to the institution and the bullying that was going on, institutionalized bullying, and was able to get it reversed, start to turn the tide. And our birth is in 1958. It's one guy named Martin Fry. Now, he may not be a household word. He is a British pop singer-songwriter. However, if you were around in the 80s and you know The Look of Love by ABC, who's got the look? Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question. What's the look? If I knew, I would tell you. Yeah, that song. Right? All of my heart. He's born in Stratford, Lancashire, England. And he's still around. That's what we got for you. Singer of ABC. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for coming by. Sorry about the late start. Today at about, let me see, probably right after this, I will have available right around the 5 o'clock hour tomorrow's Daily AstroCat. And we should also see something to do with perhaps the week ahead, or maybe even something else about the Venus retrograde, the petals of Venus, not the retrograde itself. We're in the retrograde, but I want to speak more specifically about the petals of Venus. Love each and every single one of you. Thank you for stopping by. I promise you, more astrology, right? Today is an 8. Yay, more astrology. Happy keyword is prepared. And the color is an empty amphitheater in the moonlight. Today's an 8. Happy astrocatting.